The Golden Bowl, a story of kindness and faith. Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and golden meadows, there lived a man named Thomas. He was neither rich nor powerful, yet everyone knew him as the kindest soul in town. He lived with his wife, Anna, in a small wooden cottage by the riverbank. Their life was simple, humble meals, long days of work, and hearts that still found beauty in the smallest blessings. Thomas worked in the fields from dawn till dusk. Though his hands were rough and his clothes worn, his heart was gentle. He believed that true wealth wasn't measured by coins, but by compassion. Whenever a stray dog wandered near, he would share a piece of bread. When a weary traveler passed through, he would offer his lunch without hesitation. To him, kindness wasn't an act, it was a way of living. The villagers admired him deeply, often saying, "Thomas may not have much, but his heart is made of gold." Yet at home, Anna often worried. Their pantry was often bare, and their savings, if any, never lasted long. "Thomas," she would sigh, "your kindness leaves us hungry. You give and give, but who will care for us when there's nothing left?" Thomas would simply smile and reply, "A hungry stomach is the worst enemy, Anna. If we can ease someone's pain, why shouldn't we? God sees all that we do." Though she didn't always agree, Anna couldn't deny the peace that his words carried. There was something unshakable about his faith. One warm afternoon, after hours under the sun, Thomas returned home to rest. The day was calm, the sound of rustling leaves and distant birds filled the air. Just as he was about to close his eyes, a weak voice called from the doorway. "Is anyone home?" Anna, startled, peeked through the lace curtain. At the gate stood an old wanderer, his coat torn, face pale with exhaustion. She frowned softly. "Another beggar," she muttered. "If you feed him, Thomas, there will be nothing left for us tonight." But Thomas was already on his feet. He opened the door and said kindly, "Come in, sir. Please rest a while." The old man stepped in, leaning heavily on his walking stick. His eyes were sunken, his beard gray and tangled, and his voice trembled with fatigue. Thomas fetched a wooden cup of cool water. The old man drank slowly, a sigh of relief escaping his lips. "Son," he said faintly, "I haven't eaten for 2 days. Could you spare a little food?" Thomas went to the kitchen, but there were only 2 loaves of bread left, his own meal. Anna's face tightened. "What are you doing?" she asked sharply. "Those are for you. If you give them away, what will we eat? Let him try another house." Thomas turned to her and said softly, "A starving man cannot wait. He hasn't eaten in 2 days. God will provide for us, Anna, but for him, we are God's hands today." Anna looked away, tears of frustration welling in her eyes. The old man had heard every word, yet sat quietly, his gaze lowered. Without another thought, Thomas placed the 2 loaves on a wooden plate and carried them to the wanderer. "Please eat," he said. "This is all we have, but it's given with love." The old man looked up. In Thomas's eyes, he saw something pure, a quiet goodness that words could not capture. He ate slowly, gratefully, every bite a prayer. When finished, he took a deep breath, his face calm again, as if peace itself had returned to him. He rose to leave, but before stepping outside, he turned back and called, "Thomas." From his worn satchel, he drew out a small golden bowl. The light of the setting sun danced upon it, filling the room with a soft glow. "This bowl," he said, "was given to me long ago by a nobleman. But I have no need for gold. I have wandered for years, waiting to find someone truly deserving, and today I have found you." Thomas was startled. "Sir, I cannot take this. You need it more than we ever will." The old man smiled gently. "No, my son. This is not a gift for your hunger, it is a gift for your heart. You gave without expecting anything in return. That is the truest form of goodness. Remember this. Karma is the true faith. Keep this bowl not for its gold, but as a reminder that every act of kindness is seen by God." He paused at the door, the wind catching his cloak. "Do not let it change you," he said softly. "Let it remind you who you are." And with that, the old man walked into the fading light, his figure slowly disappearing down the country road. Thomas stood at the door, the golden bowl warm in his hands. He wasn't thinking about wealth, only the deep peace that filled his heart. Anna came beside him quietly. The anger in her face was gone, replaced by a look of awe and tenderness. "You were right," she whispered. "Kindness always finds its way back." That night, the small cottage glowed softly in candlelight. The golden bowl sat upon their wooden shelf, not as a treasure, but as a symbol of faith and gratitude. Thomas looked at it and said, "This is not gold, Anna. It's a message, a reminder that good deeds never go unseen." From that day forward, Thomas and Anna lived as before, simply, humbly, but something in them had changed. Their home seemed lighter, their hearts fuller. The story of the golden bowl spread throughout the village. People began to speak differently, act differently. They shared food, helped strangers, and looked at one another with gentler eyes. Even those once selfish found themselves giving more. The spirit of kindness, once a small spark, became a light that warmed every home. Years later, when Thomas had grown gray and the golden bowl had dulled with time, its meaning still shone bright. Parents told their children the story before bed, the story of the man who gave away his bread and received a blessing far greater than gold. And so, the village remembered. Kindness is never lost. It returns, sometimes in silence, sometimes in light, but always in its own time.